Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in. Because you're now watching the Buncher Bull Network.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the world's dopest podcast, Marley State of Mind podcast, down here at the Bunch of Bull Studios, as we are every week. And tonight, I got two of my friends with me. I got Jesse and Josh in the building.
Yo.
What's up?
Something a little bit different, of course. We're just going to talk a little bit BS. Consider this the bullshitting version of the Marley State of Mind podcast. But yeah, we have a couple of things we wanted to update you guys on that's going on here at a bunch of Bull Studios. A couple of things you guys can look forward to coming up as well for the podcast and beyond. What's going on with y'all fellas, though? How y'all feeling?
Pretty good, other than the usual.
Yeah.
Normal stuff, but pretty good.
Yeah, it's been awesome lately.
Yeah.
It's been the ball's rolling in the correct direction finally.
Yeah, it's good when the ball's moving in the right
Good way to
direction.
put it.
Yeah, it's good when the balls are moving.
Yeah. They're swinging.
Thanks, swinging.
Excited about the skate park / we'll just call it the warehouse.
The expansion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I know that was one of the things we certainly wanted to talk about tonight was the expansion with the warehouse skate park. It was pretty cool. I got a chance to check it out a couple times, and I really like what's going on there and how it's set up. The setup is cool. The location's hella cool. You know what I mean? It's nice and
Private.
Secluded for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for the other things around there that are pretty much the same thing. But even with that, it still seemed pretty quiet to me.
Yeah. No one's gonna go back there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
you got to
it.
go through the gates. It's on private property where there's a couple of those businesses.
Right.
So there ain't ever gonna be people just like back there.
Yeah,
just
only
randomly.
the people that we when we decide to hold events and stuff.
Yeah.
Only the people that we expect to be showing up, or like people showing up for that event, would even know to go there.
Yeah.
Right.
They would have to get the address.
Yeah. So how did that even come about? Because I know Josh, you and a couple of your buddies were there for a while, using it as a skate park and had it there. I got to see the finished product of it, but leading up to that, how did that even come about? That skate park.
A little more than 10 years ago. Our good friend Adam Augustine, he's from Connersville. He lives in Mount Pleasant now. There used to be this skate park called Brick House. It was like a BMX park, skate park.
Right.
And they closed, and somehow, I don't exactly remember how. I'm sure he told me, I just don't remember. But he got everything from the skate park. All the wood, 2x4s, plywood,
It's
metal.
got verts and ramps there.
Everything. You know what I mean? And we got a big trailer, like the back of a tractor truck trailer, and out in this trailer lot, there's a ton of them, and filled 2 of them with everything.
Damn.
Stuffed them. And sat on it for, I don't know, I don't exactly remember how long. It was a little bit. And then he found the warehouse. I don't even know how he got in contact with the guy because he doesn't know him previously.
Yeah.
It used to be a glass factory.
Okay. That makes sense.
I think JB Glass or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we just rented it off of him. He then, worked out the monthly price, super fair. And then he just got all of his best friends, and I was lucky enough to be part of it because a guy, Anthony Bordenero, that he grew up his whole life with skating. I've been real close with since I was 18.
Okay.
So I've known him for a really, really long time. So I just had an in because I was tight with Anthony.
Did you guys meet through skating, you and Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I moved to Greensburg when I was 18, 2 weeks after high school. And Anthony was already 30. You know what I mean? He might have 29 or 30.
Right.
So he wouldn't talk to me until I was 21. We would skate together, but there would never be any other interaction or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just had a kid and stuff at the time. You know what I mean? He was just getting into family mode. You know.
Right.
And yeah. Anthony's the best.
Yeah, man, that's dope. Because I mean, it's a like I said, it's a very dope space. It's private, it's secluded, and everything's set up in there pretty nicely. I know it's going through a transition as of now, but
Yeah,
I was
it's,
gonna say you'll have to see it when it's done because everything's pretty much gone except one or two things from the original setup.
okay.
Yeah,
At least original to me.
Yeah, a quarter pipe, a wall ride, and the box and skate in the middle. But yeah, so we go. There's like 20 of us. We go to the trailer. We start unloading everything out of the trailer onto our trucks, taking it there, build everything. Ridiculous, like not even fun. Like it was terrible.
Yeah, it was like work, right?
No, what they decided to build. Whack. Like this is whack. Like whack. Right?
Was it functional? Like, was it practical at least?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
The biggest waste of space, the
Yeah.
stupidest obstacles that proportions, everything terrible, right?
You guys were
So-
doing a Tony Hawk build your own skate park.
Basically, but yeah. But so I complain. Like I was that guy. I was like, burn it all down and start over.
Yeah.
And then finally, Og was like, all right, you're right. One day we all get back together after like 3 years, tear it all down. You know, everybody got a drill, tear it all down. Takes like 2 days. Then we rebuild it all. Takes like 2 or 3 days. But that's like full community. Like everybody, 15 people.
All hands
there.
on deck, yeah.
Yeah, all at the same time. Everybody brought their own tools.
Yeah.
And we made it more what it is now. Or it was.
Right.
The second time. And then it was that way forever. And then now Og decided that the building's cold, right? There's no heat, there's no water, there's just electricity.
Yeah, there's really no insulation either, right?
No, it's just brick.
Brick, yeah.
Or cinder blocks.
Cinder block,
and
yeah.
brick, yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get a video sent over to the laptop so we can at least show this.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fine.
It's a very quick clip, but it still shows
What it looks like.
Yeah.
what it did look like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Og found a new spot that's by Seven Springs.
Okay.
And it's heated, it's smaller, but it's heated. And he's older. He's like in his, late 40s. So he just doesn't want to be like, and I totally understand because we do it all winter. We'll go there.
Yeah.
Dude, it's 30 out. It's cold.
It's cold in there, hell yeah.
Like we'll have a
You probably warm up a little bit while you're in there moving, but it's probably not only so much you could do about it.
Yeah, well, we have a heater. I can't believe I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah.
A turbo heater.
Yeah,
or
like
tube,
like the one
like
we
the
keep
old
down
one we
here.
have here. Yeah. But the thing is, the building won't hold the heat, so we're just cooking it. It'll go from 30 to 50, but only in like 20-foot
areas,
radius,
yeah.
and then all the heat, big ceilings. So like, I get it, man. Like I totally get it, and so we had a divide. Half the people went to this other park, and then half the people we decided to stay where we are, which is also I was like, all right, Jesse, you want to jump in? We need more members.
Yeah.
And so now we're on round 3 of the skate park / warehouse, but this time we're gonna get to be able to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because like now with it being involved with the studio, now we can have shows, performances. We can do all this different stuff, promote events like contests, while going on with performances.
We could do a podcast from there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It
Do
might
our own location podcast there.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Yeah, no, that's dope, man. And like you said, it sounds like a club, right? It sounds like a club or like
I got the video.
You know what I say? Like maybe
I'm
no
gonna
one
put this video up.
will know what I'm talking about, but
here's a video of the skate park.
yeah. See, it's huge, wide open. There's
Right.
2 lanes, so you could have person on one side and the person on the other side going back and forth. So you have like this. So you don't.
You got plenty of space, yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to take a turn. You know what I mean? Really. And then another thing that makes it magical is the perfect, smooth, no cracks ground. The ground is ice,
Yeah.
and not in a slippery way, but it's perfect.
Right.
And that matters so much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So much. So that's another reason, and we want to stay in. And another thing is like another reason why I was divided is because like a lot of people were here, and then some people were here in the new skate parks.
As far as location is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now half the people are like, I'm going from a 30-minute drive to an hour drive.
Right.
And it's up in the mountains.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. When
You're
Mount
talking-
Pleasant isn't. It's right off the
And you're
highway.
talking about wintertime, too, traveling up the mountains. That's a whole different animal within itself. So I definitely understand the divide, both reasons behind this. Got one there. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be for all parties involved. It seems like it'll be smooth.
Oh, it's already kicked off. Fantastic.
Yeah.
A skateboarder I've known since he was like 13. His name's Larry, and he kind of decided, we all like kind of voted he'd be the new head person. So now we all pay him, and he deals with the landlord.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah. So I mean, it really is like a club, right? Because you guys basically have dues to pay. You have head of the club, if you will. You have everything that you would have in any other club, right, within that community. So that is dope.
Everybody that pays has their own key.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't have a problem if like you want to skate, bring your homies and skate.
Right.
It ain't like that. You know what I mean? You know,
I showed up, people started fucking with it instantly. Like, you know, I came out with you, bullshitted 2 of the people I already knew for a while.
Yeah.
And then me and
Cody
Ant got
from
along.
here in town.
Yeah, then me and Ant got along real well. Decided to get in on all this shit. Hell, ended up getting first day we were there, like seriously, we bring 2 loads of fucking wood in.
40 sheets of
40
plywood?
sheets of 3/8 plywood, and then
all the boards.
Yeah, I'd say probably a good nice sized truckload of 2x4s and shit.
Yeah.
Like it filled my entire back of the escape up. Would have been harder if they weren't mostly cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse definitely hooked it up with some plywood and boards. So we're actually going to go tomorrow and build something.
Nice.
Yeah, my
At least frame something up.
yeah, my thing has always been when I decide to become a part of some type of community, or if I start going somewhere frequently and it's somewhere that like I'm able to be like welcomed in and like do things, I always try to leave it better than the way I showed up.
Yeah, that's a good policy, bro.
You know, first time I show up there, I bring out a fucking sound system because I seen they were just using a small little box, and I'm sure that it worked great for what
it was
they were
needed
using
for.
it for, but
Still a
I
big
was
upgrade.
like, dude, I got a sound system back here that I don't use no more. It just takes up space. Brought it out, left it for them.
Took the garbage out, which no one did in 6 months.
Yeah, the next time I took the garbage out for them and put a new bag in. Like, just random dumb things. It ain't got to be anything crazy.
No, but I mean, people appreciate that and they see that, and then, you know, it makes them know that you're serious about what you're doing. So it's good to, I always like to do that too, leave things better than I found them. Even if I'm like crashing at a buddy's house, I'm out of town or some shit, you know what I mean? I try to make sure I fold up the, you know, the blankets and, you know, make sure, make up the bed, you know, just the little
it's
stuff.
Not just transactional.
Right,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
This is actually like a building thing. Like, I give a fuck. I hope you give a fuck. We can.
Yeah, and I appreciate
together.
what you're doing for me too, right? So yeah, no, that's a good way to go about doing business for sure. So how did you get into skating? Like, what brought you into skating to begin with?
Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Always comes back to Ninja Turtles, doesn't
Dude,
it?
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Yeah, they be skateboarding, and I was like,
Through the sewers,
they're the
though.
coolest thing, and they're doing the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And then had to have one. You know what I mean? And then
We still got to get that other turtle from Mike.
yeah, it would be sick if you could complete the set.
Yeah, we do.
He
Me
said,
and Mikey.
he said he's gonna get us another one. And bring
Even
it.
those in the condition they are, like $75.
Really?
Yeah, all stuffed up, no weapons, belts, $75.
That's crazy.
They're hard to find.
That was really nice of him to drop those off on us,
Huge,
man.
dude. He didn't have to do that.
Oh, he's a great dude.
I wouldn't
man.
have did that. I'm gonna like check out what I got.
Yeah, right. Hey, he's a great dude, man. Hey, shout out Mike Swindell, man. Make sure y'all check out that
shout out.
episode with
you guys see
Mike
those turtles
Swindell.
in the back. They're amazing.
Yeah, and he also brought us Wiz here as well. So yeah, shout out Mike.
Yeah,
man.
I
That's my
fucked
dog.
Wiz up at first. You can't tell now.
You can't tell. No, he looks good.
You know, I fixed him, but
He's all good now.
Yeah, skateboarding's the best. Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just never quit. Couldn't stop. And then when I was 14, 15 is when I started coming into town because Nate,
my cousins Aaron and Nate.
Yep, opened up the skate
well,
shop.
Aaron's
Union.
my cousin.
Married Nate,
She
yeah.
had married Nate.
Right.
And they had opened up. Originally, they had only had
Central.
Skate Shop.
Yep.
Which was
Right
right
next
down
to
where
us.
Sutton, his shop
Okay.
is now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was just a skate shop. You know,
Yeah.
it just had boards, all that
Deck
good shit.
stuff.
But
Yeah,
they
just
had
had decks and
they had
They had a lounge.
some little cool ragers in there for how small the area was. Like they had punk rock bands.
Nate was the man. That's
some
why.
of my favorite bands now that are like still semi underground, but like
rolled through there.
are famous. Yeah, came through there, and I still listen to them. I met them there, and it was such like a. They weren't famous at all yet, so like you're talking to these people like normal,
like we're talking,
yeah. So it was so awesome. But yeah, and then he moved over by the library, and they had
Opened
Union
up a skate park. It was a
with
old
Central.
furniture store,
Okay.
and the whole bottom got turned into a skate park / skate shop, and obviously that's like when I met Jesse and shit, because he skated. So
That brings it all full circle, huh?
yeah. And
How about that?
I was lucky enough to like get good enough, and Nate sponsored us. Like we were on the team.
Oh, that's
You know
fine.
what I mean? So we got like the free boards and shirts, and he would take us to skate parks and like
Different
what I mean.
events.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And so I lived there. I was there every day. You know what I mean? If the park was open, I was there. I was homeschooled. I was
And
there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right around that time is when I started cyber school.
Yeah.
So I would just wake up early,
Yeah.
bust out all of my work,
Yeah.
and then I'd go skate town until
All day.
Central opened up,
Yep.
and then
Just
get
hang
there.
out all
I'd
day.
have like an hour and a half before all the other kids would get out of school and show up.
Yeah. And then we would eat Filthy Phil's hoagies.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Every day, Phil's hoagies.
Yup, with the secret cat hair ingredient.
And
Every
there's a
day.
50-50 chance. There was a 50-50 chance that you were going to throw up due to exertion after eating that
And
hoagie.
I mean no disrespect to Phil's.
Yeah.
I loved their hoagies.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
everyone
amazing.
does.
To be able to buy that much food for like the $2 they were
Yeah.
back then,
Yeah.
like saved us or from being like, you know,
Yeah, hell
that's
yeah.
what we ate.
Yeah, but we
Broke
should
kids,
not have
right?
been
Yeah.
skating on lunch meat like that.
Yeah, that's all we did, dude. We lived off Phil's and skate park.
But that's dope though, right? Because it provided you guys a community of your
Huge,
own,
man.
right? And it kind of kept you out of trouble, right? Because you wasn't running around trying to find something to get into. You already had your thing to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skateboarding
with that.
already definitely took that, and then Nate gave us a place to have a home base.
And it
You know
kind of
what I
like,
mean?
as crazy as it sounds, even random extracurriculars outside of skating, it kind of contained it. Like, we did our weed smoking at the tracks by the skate shop.
Yeah.
Like everything just became like, all right, here's where we're going to kick it for the day. Anything we got to
Yeah.
do. Like, there's a spot here. We'd go to the library to print out random shit. Like, just do whatever.
Everything was based around what was going on at that
Yeah.
skate park.
It wasn't like, all right, well, I'm going to go hang out with our boys on the Ave and smoke over there. Or, you know what I mean? We weren't like outreached anywhere yet. It was just like, fuck it, here's our
Yeah.
area. We're not
And as
gonna-
long as like you skated, you were 100% sit here all day, open to close,
Yeah,
no one
we
cares.
had a spot in the
You're
woods
cool.
where people fought and got their aggression out. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so wild how it was, everything was contained
Everything was-
right there.
Shout out to everybody tuned in right now. We see y'all out there, man.
Yeah, we
We're on the
appreciate
world's
y'all for sure.
dopest podcast right now, man. And we're just talking about the upcoming plans we got going on. We're talking about the skate park right now and how it came about. And these guys are telling me about how they got into skating to begin with, which is a pretty cool story, man. So with the skate park now, like, will you guys do stuff like that? Have some youth around there? Kind of extend what you guys...
I want to find ways to get that to work out. Hopefully, one of the first events that I want to put on out there is going to be like a game of skate competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hoping that while majority of the competitors are going to be adults or on their way to adulthood,
Right.
I thought that was
Yeah,
a
this
good call.
place originally wasn't for kids.
Right.
This was like, I'm the youngest person there,
Yeah.
and I'm 36.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of the dudes are 45 or older.
Right.
Like, there's literally
So this is really just you guys' hangout. This is like the boys' club, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of them have kids. Everyone brings their kids. Sobo
Yeah.
brings his kids. Sobo's kid's like, what, 6? He can drop in. He can ride around.
Oh, yeah?
He can grind. Like, I don't think he can, like, kickflip yet. But, like, Sobo's...
He can ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
Like, he can be in the skate park and it's not a problem.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I want to be able to have the kids come out and, like I said, probably not compete because game of skate competitions are pretty,
Intense.
yeah, you know what I mean. They're for the more experienced, but
If not,
come
it'll take
watch
forever.
it, get inspired. You know what I mean. maybe someone's, like he said, Sobo, I got a kid. Everyone got kids nowadays. Some of these guys might have kids
They'll
and
show
be
up-
like, bring their kids
They
out.
show up Sunday morning,
watch it.
afternoon, and their kids skate. The kids ride their scooters. You know, dad gets to skate, doesn't have to abandon the kids, so you
Right.
can still do your thing whenever you want because you got a key.
Right.
There's lights. You can show up in summertime. I used to go after work. I'd show up at 9:30, 10, not leave till 1 in the morning, and we
Yeah.
did that all the time.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
as far as like kid-oriented events, I would say I'm not planning on it, but if some of these other events go well enough where like kids are showing up and people might be asking whether it be
If
the
there's some
kids
type of
asking,
demand, there's some type of
Yeah,
demand for it.
then
Yeah.
I'm down for it. But I would rather not put the effort in on something that may not be.
Fruitful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that
Plus-
makes sense.
Plus, like I was saying, like a lot of the other members, like they might not want that.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I
don't
mean?
want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the sour apple in the bunch.
Yeah. You don't want to isolate yourself from what the
Yeah,
guys
I'm
already got
very
going on.
thankful that they're welcoming
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do and what I got going on into the club
Yeah.
as it is. So,
But we're hyped on it.
yeah.
Very hyped. I definitely want to have events.
What are you looking forward to with the events, Josh?
The game, playing flat. All right, so my favorite thing in skateboarding is flat ground. Just making your board do flips, flip tricks. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like all different tricks. And so game of skate, that's what it is. It's like horse and basketball.
Right.
Like we play rock, paper, scissors. Jesse wins, so he goes first. He does a trick. Now we have to do it or we get a letter.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he messes up, then it's just the next person's turn down the list.
Yeah.
Love it. So competitive. You could be so dirty. Like, I know Jesse can't do this trick, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? All right, I've been practicing. I learned 2 tricks. Watch this. And then I do them. You never practice them. You know? Dirty, dirty moves.
So it's like training in Naruto.
Kinda.
Yeah.
You can look at it that way.
For sure.
I'm down. Ninja training.
Ninja training, exactly. Like, hold on, I got some new shit y'all ain't seen yet. Just wait till you see this.
Yeah, we all love skateboarding more than anything, and
Yeah.
a lot of us are competitive, like even outside of skateboarding. So we get down on games of skate.
Yeah.
I mean, quick story: me, Sobo, and Jordan went to Philadelphia to play in a real professional skateboard shoe company called S's Game of Skate. You know, legit. You could keep going up the contest, the whole bit. Super cool. We went to Philly. Car breaks down. We were there 3 days. Homeless.
Oh man.
Because I wasn't 18. Sobo wasn't 18. I think Jordan was like 19
Yeah.
or some shit like that. Like we were 17, he was 19. The first night we slept in the loading dock of a Pep Boys where our car was inside. The second night, right? Mind you, we were fucking disgusting filthy, bro.
Right, yeah.
We spent all day skateboarding. All day, summer, dripping, gross, not giving a shit because we're going to get in our car and drive home.
Right.
No. Right? Whatever broke. I think it was the starter, right?
They look like real Philly bums.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? All right. Day 2, we're just like, also, mind you, me and Sobo didn't have money, didn't bring money.
So you didn't even have a way to eat or nothing.
I'm talking, I might have had 15, he might have had 20, right? Jordan's the only one with any amount of money.
And
right?
you're planning to go right back, so you probably spent that 15, 20 quick.
That's just what we had. Maybe we already spent, like, got Gatorades.
Right,
you know
yeah,
what
that's what I
Because
mean,
we just
yeah.
went there, parked, skated.
Right.
We wasn't fucking around in Philly, right? Dirty as shit. Day 2, we don't got anywhere to go. Like, it's popping, like Philly, downtown Philly. Like, it doesn't matter, 4 a.m, everybody's out.
Down there,
Stores
yeah,
are
yeah.
open. It's on, dude.
Yeah.
Super cool. But, so we go to this hookah bar because it's open till, I think, 4. So we fuck around there, and there's the 3 of us, and there's this table with 3 girls, right? Only one of them's kind of hot. We're like, all right. we're young and ambitious. We're like, we got to play it. So we talk to these bitches. Everything goes great. We go to Denny's that was, like, in Philly or whatever. It might not have been a Denny's, but I remember it, like, looked just like it. It was a
Denny-esque.
It was like an all-night
Yeah.
diner, right?
Yeah.
So we go there with the bitches. They're laughing. Everything's fucking cool. We were wearing, on the way there, $5 flea market Ray-Bans. And these bitches thought they were real and shit. Like,
They thought you guys were balling.
yeah. They were like our age. We were all dumb, you know what I mean? Or, no, they had to be older than us because they had their own apartment,
Okay.
right? And we get invited back to the apartment, right? I have to shit so bad.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. We get in this apartment. I'm like, what's up? Thanks, bitches. Everything's cool. Right to the bathroom. Just destroy it, dude. Destroy it. I can hear the homies laughing out in the room at me. I'm just, right? I don't give a fuck. Right?
Yeah.
I'm in the sink. Washing my hands. I'm getting laid.
just
Washing
got in
my
the
shit
shower.
up.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I'll be sneaky. It wasn't. Right? Fuck yeah, we stayed at their crib. No one got laid. Like, we
Not
slept in...
after that performance,
Oh,
shit pants.
oh, dude, we were just like a shit show. Like, real, like...
You guys probably didn't even care you didn't get laid. Like, we got a place to stay for the
In
night.
our minds, we were getting
okay,
laid,
yeah.
but nah, in reality, if, like, we had any, like, ability to, like, look back at what we're doing and what's going on, no, we weren't getting laid. But they bitches were super cool. Let us sleep in their beds with them the whole fucking night.
y'all
Like, we
could've
weren't
been-
perverts. We weren't being
Yeah, of
weird.
course,
You know,
yeah,
I'm
of
like,
course.
yeah, get to cuddle this bitch.
Y'all could have
Whatever.
been so straightforward and just been like, yo, listen, when we get to the apartment, we all got to get showers because we've been
Because we've
stuck
been bumming
here.
it. Yeah, we've been
Dude,
bumming
we
it.
told them.
You mean,
Oh, yeah.
They knew. They were
knew
like,
it
we
was
came
up.
here to skate. We fucking slept in the loading dock last night. They're like, oh, the whole bit.
Yeah.
We thought we were like gangbang.
Yeah, we're in there.
Like, it's
We're in
on.
there, yeah.
Y'all
We
would've
got their
got-
sympathy. We're making them laugh. It was all good. Like, we didn't get laid. It wasn't like that dream movie shit. But
Yeah.
it was a
y'all
great
just had
time.
to execute the showers and not a fucking whore's bath.
Here's might have what not
This
helped.
man in the sink.
Before we went to that, we went to this store that was open, like a sex shop.
What the fuck?
And we found penis balloons where you blow them up and they're like two balls and a dick and a head. And me and Sobo, from like before we even met each other, we used to just draw dicks on shit. Like in cars, the dust in the windows, just
Like super bad.
1,000% that
Yeah.
shit's real.
Yeah.
Me and Sobo, before we met each other, it's like we come together like, oh, you draw dicks? Like, all the time, bro. So we're in there fucking with these dick balloons, just being like obnoxious and shit. But that was one thing I was thinking, like me and Sobo were just cutting up. Like farting and shit.
Yeah.
Being like degenerates. We woke up in the morning, they were already gone. Like they had to go
Oh,
to,
they
like,
just left you at their crib.
yeah, man, we woke up, we're like, shit, I wrote a note. Left
That's what's
it.
up, yeah.
Left it. We could
Like
have
a,
did
like
whatever.
a thank you note.
We could have did whatever the fuck we wanted. It was wild.
yeah.
It was wild.
How irresponsible y'all are. I hope you guys are watching this
Oh,
now.
Philly is
and
the
and I
city
hope
of
you
brotherly
you
love.
guys grew the fuck up and don't let strange men stay inside your apartments anymore.
Nah, we were cool.
Yeah,
This was different.
Y'all
This
should have
was
gave my man
this
some
was like-
butt. He
this
should have
was
let
like
him crack buns.
before 2007.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Here's another crazy part. We got in a taxi to go to their shit. No money. We're on. I can tell you some other funny shit. I shit my pants in the mall in downtown Pittsburgh. In
Philly?
downtown Philly. Yeah, there's this giant mall, right? Giant mall. We're in it. Me and Sobo steal boxers and socks because we're beat.
Yeah, you gotta
Right?
do it.
We're
yeah.
beat. I'm like, I'm doing it. We go in the mall. We go in the store. Before I get to the bathroom, I shit myself.
Oh.
Dude, that's how fucking like straight dirty. Day 3, we're
What, day two you stayed at the chick's house?
Yeah, so no, night 2. So
Night
we're
2,
on day
okay.
3.
Yeah, so this is
So
right
we
after
wake-
you woke up
yeah,
from.
we wake up.
Yeah.
We're on the other side of Philly from our car, far on foot, far, bro.
You don't even know where the fuck you're at to go to get to anywhere.
Me and Sobo get in a fight because he got a little bit of money. The money he got would cover all of us to go up in the underground train, ride over to the car, no biggie. Refuses so he could buy cigarettes. Refuses.
Damn.
Right?
That's
So-
why you don't do tobacco, kids.
Oh, I refuse. I was so fucking mad, dude. So we walk all day. All fucking day. 5 hours, dude. Walking, bro. Beat. Summertime, hot, no money. We get to this gas station. Across the road's a swimming pool. Public pool. All we're doing is sitting on the curb. Doors behind us, right? Filthy, right? All 3 of us. A bum comes up. Sits right fucking down next to... I'm here, Sobo's here, Jordan's here. I was in the middle. Sits right next to Jordan, just starts talking to him.
He's like, oh no,
Doesn't-
he thinks we're one.
Dude,
of them.
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't ask for money. Just starts talking to us. Jordan stands up. Is like, fuck no. Fuck no.
He thought of
Fuck
as a
no.
fucking
He's like,
bum.
fucking go. Let's go. Right? Fucking go. We fucking leave. It was terrible, bro.
Damn.
Terrible.
He thought you were one of him. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you fellas out here on grifting.
And then
He says,
Jordan.
so where are you boys from?
Oh.
What union are you boys a part of?
Oh my god. And the whole time, I'm like, Sobo, let's just fucking jump in the pool. We'll just jump in the pool. I'll get in my boxers, run across the fucking road, jump the fence because it was doable, right? I will jump in this pool, take a lap. There's no way we're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
Right? And that's when the bum came over and just blew it up. There was no more, like, discussion.
Like it was over.
It was fucking over, dude.
Damn.
Oh, here's another fun part. There was a problem in the city. The garbage didn't get picked up. Dude, I can't describe to you guys the amount of garbage that was over Philadelphia.
I couldn't even imagine.
You couldn't escape it, bro. There was a haze like around like L.A. Dude, it was one of the wildest trips of my life.
It makes for a great story though.
Yeah, it was dirty.
It's like those experiences make for great stories. Like in the moment, it's the worst shit. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
The only time I ate was at the diner. That was it.
You ain't raided the girls' refrigerator?
Nah, we didn't.
Should have raided the refrigerator.
Yeah, that would have probably been the only thing that I would have done.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm getting some eats.
We woke up
like even if it was just lunch meat out their fridge, like we're taking this, bro.
Yeah, we woke up confused because they were gone. They had a nice ass apartment.
It was nice too.
Yeah, had these big ass windows that overlooked everything.
Damn. They didn't give a fuck about themselves.
Yeah. So there's a skate story with the homies. We had a blast.
You still in touch with those homies?
Yeah, their members never stopped best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
In
the
the
only other
circle.
two people in the warehouse club that I've known prior to the warehouse.
Okay, so skating is really a community for real. Like you guys.
Well, here's the thing. Like with skating, it's like, well, you meet other skaters, and it's like, oh, you skating, you like skating. Most people like skate for a little bit, quit in high school.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, quit after high school.
Right.
If not, you've sacrificed your life, future for a career, relationship with family. You borderline forgo all of it, and everyone just obsesses like me. I've had the chance to be married twice. Both fucking times I refused, and the relationship ended eventually. You know what I mean?
Because of your passion for skating?
Yeah, because I refused. I was like, I'm not getting married and having kids, and I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Going into the relationship, so we were younger. Like my first girlfriend was like 16 to 22. Like she met me. We were in a car. She was dating this other skateboarder. His name was Jack, and, she saw me in the car, and like that was it. Jack was out. She was my fucking girlfriend after that. It was on, and I ended up moving in with her into Jeanette and shit. But yeah, her older brothers got married, had families. I was 22. She was 24. So like
she was starting to feel some of the pressure.
We already got in fights about getting married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like after like the third fight, it was like it's over. You know
this ain't going anywhere.
I didn't even want it to be over, but like to be fair,
it just wasn't going anywhere.
Not for me.
Yeah. Right.
And I loved her to death. Would have stayed with her forever, but like I love skating. And the other people like Anthony. Anthony was married but divorced. Anthony has a daughter, but like Jordan, everyone, Sobo never stopped skating. Jordan never stopped skating. By never stopped skating, I mean we skate 2 days a week our whole fucking life. The only time you don't skate, and 2 days a week is like the least, you know what I mean? The least, like now, like at 36, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally it's like if you don't skate 3 days a week, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For like a fucking junkie. I'm like, you get irritable.
Is it an outlet for you?
I think I just love it that much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely an outlet. But I think even if you love video games, you're like, I need to get away from my girl and just like go play this game and like just chill out or something.
Out, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most of the time, your other job has you like.
That's definitely just as much of a physical outlet. I just don't roll around on the ground and get bodied. Don't roll an ankle. But as far as that goes, yeah, like, I don't stop fucking moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I didn't know that you were into gymnastics too. I know you said that like helped your transition with skateboarding.
Well, not with it. It's just I love skateboarding that much that I like made these decisions, so skateboarding never stopped or changed. You know what I mean? Like if this is what me and the other people that are clearly going to skate the rest of their lives, and we've been friends, and that's not going to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like definitely gonna get, you know, relationships. So I'm not saying like always had a girlfriend my whole fucking life till
Sure.
like 33 and shit, but
Yeah.
but it was always like, no, we're going skating. I know we had plans, but they're going to the park in an hour away, the sick park. I'm not going. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like definitely caused problems.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it, right? Like, because I mean,
You know?
when you're in a relationship, you do have to be considerate of the other person's feelings and their time. I'm good.
Here, let me light it back up.
Josh's
Shit.
girlfriends were the side chicks
Yeah, to skating.
to skating.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, funny you say the side chick, but that's a whole different thing. Yeah, gymnastics. Okay, so I did gymnastics when I was little because of Ninja Turtles. I wanted to be able to do a backflip, a standing back.
Damn,
handspring.
everything was Ninja Turtle inspired.
Dude, I should be green,
Yeah.
right?
You should be out fighting crime and
I
shit,
should be
bro.
green. So I wanted to do a backflip because in the Ninja Turtle movie, like they get in trouble and their master Splinter's like 10 backflips now.
Yeah, yep,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like push-ups, you know?
Yep.
So I'm like, oh my god, these turtles just did a fucking backflip and they're roundhouse kicking. So
Mikey did the fake backflips. Just make that sound.
So stepdad comes into my life, blessed. This fucking man. Thank you so much, Reed. Signs
shout
me
out,
up.
Shout out stepdads, man.
Yeah, huge, coming in and taking in a fucking ADD crazy 7-year-old. You know what I mean?
Were you
Wild. I was a wild child.
did you like reject it at first? Were you welcoming to him? Did you give him a hard time?
Oh yeah.
Were
Yeah.
you one of those people?
I
Were
was
you one of
bad.
those kids? I'm not
Dude.
calling him dad.
I just break shit. No reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway. And he's the best. Anyway. Man, I forget like why I'm talking about him. Shit.
Gymnastics.
Oh yeah.
You wanted to do a backflip. Yep.
Thank you. I've been smoking all day.
Oh,
He
it's all
signs me up for karate and gymnastics, right? So
He was gonna get you informed
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Ninja Turtles for sure. That's what you need: karate and gymnastics.
Yeah, he should have been the next turtle.
well, hold on. So
That might be a show of ours. We might do that. Go searching for the next turtle,
I'll fuck around the Uniontown sewers.
bro.
Did you ever see that
That's
episode of
probably
Workaholics?
disgusting. It's probably disgusting.
Where they go down in the sewers and they're wearing the headband? Dude, it's so funny.
Fuck.
Anyway. So I get into karate. I'm into gymnastics. About to turn into a teenager. I love skateboarding more than anything, right? Fuck karate. Fuck gymnastics. Straight up. You know? And I'm like, nah, 100% of my time is going to skateboarding. This is now lame. I'm turning into like not little kid mode. So now I'm like getting a little bit judged. You know what I mean? All my friends are doing something more than me that I wish I was there doing. Hyper focused on it, haven't stopped. You know, being hyper focused, staying in phase.
Right.
You know what I mean? So done. Quit karate, quit gymnastics. You know, just skateboard. And then about to be 21. We did like warehousing jobs and shit, and no path of a future, nothing's going on, right? Living with my first girlfriend and Jeanette and shit. God bless her for like even being with me. She was down. Do you know what I'm saying? And for considering I have
Because you was on some low life shit.
Yeah, because I'm going nowhere, and she's like, I love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I probably just should have got her pregnant. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't be here now. But, so I'm about to turn 20 and shit. My mom's like, just go be a gymnastics coach. You know what I mean? She was like, go be a coach. Go do something like that's at least something you like, right? Which is what you should always do in life. Just follow your passions.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I'm sure, you know, it's very successful.
No,
people are doing
I-
shit they don't want to do.
Well,
But,
I mean,
like,
you should follow your passions for the simple fact is, like, you don't regret it that you didn't follow your passion.
Oh, dude, I have not regretted anything yet. Like, not in that aspect.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? So yeah, I'm like right in Greensburg. So like I go apply. Like my first year, I was just teaching classes, like preschool. Like, you know what I mean? No one ever taught me to coach. So like they're like teaching me. Blah,
Okay,
and then,
you're learning on the fly.
Yeah. They're like, all right, you do this class. Here's a lesson plan, and then you pick it up. It's 100% skateboarding to me.
Yeah.
I'm like bars, beam, vault, floor, flips, the rails, jumping, stairs, vert, whatever. And then it just like clicked, you know what I mean? I was like, and then
the correlation between the two.
the progression of like you go from this easy trick that turns into this to this to this. You do this workout here, get this strong. You got a college level skill on vault. Do you know what I mean? So, and then it's like, all right, kick flip up something, kick flip down something, kick flip into a grind, kick flip out of the grind, kick flip in and out of the grind. You know what I mean? And then it was like, gymnastics is the same thing.
Yeah.
Just different. Same, but different.
Right.
So, like, it got so easy to be good at it. You know what I mean? Plus, ADD, hyper focus.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it, so hyper focus on it. And the only reason I did it was so I could skateboard all fucking day. And then at night when it's dark, go teach gymnastics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did it work out for you in that way? Did it go according to plan?
Well, the first 2, 3, 4 years, like, I got better. After the second year, I got to teach pre-team, which was, like, kind of a big deal. I remember the parents being like, oh, you know, blah, 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 crazy, doing good and shit. Killed it. All the kids that are on pre-team was up to me to get them to be able to go to team, right? So it's, like, kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And there's a girl coach, too, you know what I mean, who does, like, floor and all, like, the jump, sleeps, turns, mounts, poses, shit I don't do.
Right.
And for beam and floor, and then I do vault and bars, and, like, it flips on floor, like tumbling, you know, spotting them so they don't, like, fall and all that shit.
Yep.
And like, kept getting better, and then I got to be the coach for level 4, which is, like, where they started the team level. They didn't do 2 and 3 because it was, like, little kid, and he didn't, like, want to do it. And then got to do 4, and then after I, like, did good, everyone's doing good, competing well, you know, scoring well at competitions, parents are happy. So it's like, all right, come in on these 2 days that you don't work, and then, you know, I help you learn the next level, like 5, 6, 7, and then, all right, now you get to do a day of the 6, 7s, and then whatever. And then eventually I was like that's it for what the gym is, for how many kids are there, for the whole what it is. It's like kind of just got maxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's either I'm gonna wait around for 20 years till you're done, and then I'm gonna take the next step, or I'm out and I got to go somewhere and then keep getting better.
Right.
Just like skating, I'm like, all right, I can't just sit here and do the same thing over and over, and now it turns into a job.
Right.
Where before it wasn't a job. You take a group of kids, teach them all this shit through a year, they all move up, go to a competition, train them, and like, there's just so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
And as far as, like, progression and management, you know what I mean? And even, like, not dropping them on their heads, keeping them happy.
Dealing with parents.
Everything, man.
Yeah.
Everything. And then, so I'm like, all right, well, now I'm like 25, 26. I was like, this is what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't plan on it, but, like, I'm good at it. I'm now to, like, the point of making money like someone else at their job would make. Like,
and you enjoy it.
15 an hour, and I love it.
Yeah.
Never really would have thought it, but it's like, and sometimes I think, like, I don't know, maybe if anything you get into, you might love it or whatever, but I really think of it as, like, the next thing to skateboarding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's so, like, not one-dimensional, you know? You go from uneven bars, you know, to a balance beam, to running down, you know, 80 feet at a vault table that doesn't move.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just so cool in the whole process. And even, like, when you get to the older levels, the upper levels, you know, they call it optionals because you get options. In the first 5 levels, it's compulsory. So, like, everything you have to do is preset.
Right.
And then in optionals, it's like, all right, you're good at all these front flips. You're good at these flips. And then you can make, every kid might be a level 9, but every kid will do different things.
Right.
And it's, like, super cool to have, just like skating, the individuality of it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? The personality shows in your
Performance
skills.
and your skill set.
Yeah,
and
in what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of it, then you get it's like, all right, there's not many gymnastics gyms. This is definitely a little bit of a one-off, especially with dudes, because just like me, most of them come from a gymnastics background.
Right.
A lot of dudes, it's super common. That's what they do after college and shit. They'll transition to just being a coach,
right,
whether it's guys or girls. But
Makes sense.
But in Pennsylvania, there's like 0 boys gymnastics. Like,
really?
Yeah, baseball, football. This is PA. You know what I mean? So
yeah, even still, you would think there would be some level of it.
Barely.
Right.
It's like 2 or 3 gyms. You know what I mean? Where there's like, I don't know, 70 in PA of girls. That's maybe a high number, but
why do you think that is?
Just because of the culture. You know what I mean? Little boys culture. A dad to put a kid in gymnastics versus even throwing him on a skateboard, a dirt bike. You know what I mean? What did he do? Doubt gymnastics. Probably play baseball.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just a stats thing.
Yeah.
Where with girls and moms, they look at that shit as baseball, basketball.
Right.
It's either dance, ballet,
Yeah.
cheerleading, gymnastics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a lot of those things translate into gymnastics in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like dance, they eventually get into gymnastics most of the time.
It's the opposite. They'll start out gymnastics, it gets hard, and then they quit and just
Go
like
into dance.
go into other things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually the total opposite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I like went to a different gym. There was this lady who opened a gym and ambitious, and like I was down. So, and her husband has and her, you know, have the ability to like go to these camps and clinics that gymnastics has, where you basically it's coach school for a weekend, and it's really fucking expensive. And on top of you have to fly there, drive there, pay for the hotel before you even pay the fat, you know, fee
the
to get
entry
in.
fee, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll go to these like convention centers, and every room will be like, all right, at 1:00 you can go to any one of these talks, and the people that are talking are like picked by USA Gymnastics.
Okay.
They're the best at what they do.
Right.
Like one time I got to meet the Baltimore Ravens running coach.
Oh wow.
Yeah, gymnastics asked him to go there and teach a running seminar for vault for gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was teaching us all kind of stuff, and like I
Different tricks, yeah.
yeah, just even like training, like drills, like not just like technique, like everything. It was a really good hour. You know what I mean? And then you just pick, like, you know, guys, we're gonna go to like the guy shit. And then they might have a seminar for the owners, and then they have a seminar for like the preschool coaches. You know what I mean? So I was really lucky enough to like to go to all of them, and the best ones. You know what I mean? The with like the national staff. The national staff is obviously a big group of coaches. I forget exactly how many. It's not like a lot, but I think it's like, I don't know, 15 or something. And they're the national staff coaches for America.
Team USA, yeah.
Yeah, and they all own their own gyms, of course. And then a couple, like, I don't know exactly how long ago, but a couple years ago, this one of them was like, hey, you have your clinic. We're always like kind of like, who's the best, blah, blah, blah. He was like, fuck that. Let's all come together and have one super clinic. So like that, he was the best. His name's Gustavo.
What up, Gustavo, man? A great idea, right?
Yeah, he's awesome. And he liked my boss. Not like, but he just, you know what I mean, was like down for my boss. So we
Right.
went to this clinic once. He's like, yo, you're cool. Everyone's cool. Her daughter was a level 10. He wanted her to move there and be in his gym. He was even going to house her the whole bit. Because he does that. He brought girls from other countries to his gym in Virginia Beach, get some college scholarships. The time I was there,
That's huge.
yeah, huge. The family, he just put them to work. They're just coaching whatever they know how to do. The dude's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's brilliant.
And so he was like, cool, come back. And this was during COVID. He was like, come back. It's not a clinic. You can just coach with us normal in my gym for a week. And it got to be me, my boss, and her two kids. They're level 10s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, like rare things that I've been lucky enough. And also, almost every time up until like recently, I've always been, the owner of the gym was like very good.
Yeah.
You know, tons of college scholarships, pretty good, very good what you're doing. And there's a guy named Elias Cortez, and he lived in Canada for a while, and he got to coach the Olympic Canadian girls team.
That's what I was going to ask you. Have you had a chance to see any Olympians?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I've met some,
Yeah.
but not watching them.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, I'm such a skate rat that like I drop my job when I'm out of the gym. I don't talk about gymnastics. Like, I'm wearing no gymnastics shirt.
Right.
You know, you know what I mean? None of that. Like, I'm skateboarder.
Yeah, I would have never known had Jesse not told me.
Yeah, he's got wild accolades and like.
Yeah.
Only
Don't talk about none of it. I always be like having to ask him shit to learn more shit about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get in a role and like Jesse's mind blown. I'm like, and this one time?
Yeah. Yeah,
like
no.
like the Philly trip. How many people went out and were just homeless in Philly for 3 days?
Well, that's the cool thing about it. I was going to say is it seems like
Oh, and also, mind you, parents tripping. My mom tripping.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah, you guys. were
Jordan's
17
mom
at the time.
tripping.
Yeah.
I don't know how Sobo's mom felt.
Yeah.
My cell phone. We had minute paid cell phones.
Right. This is before the
Dead.
days of unlimited data and all that.
Dead.
Yeah. But that's the cool thing about it, right? All of your passions have been able to be vehicles for your life and take you to different places, allowed you to see different things, allowed you these different experiences because you found so much pleasure in your passion. Even with trading cards, right? those things have taken you to different places
Oh man,
that you probably wouldn't have went to otherwise.
me and Jesse have traveled for Collecticon, specifically traveled to every single one here we can on the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's blast.
Yeah.
Blast. We'll go there and not even buy cards. Such a good time.
Just for the experience, yeah.
Such a good time. It's like almost like a skateboarding convention. Like you would go and you can't skate because it's like buying skateboards, products, pros, signings, meet Tony Hawk, you know what I mean, in the convention center, but cards. So if you like cards, like, you know, it's the coolest place. Walk a Flock of Flames there every single fucking time. You get free concerts, you know.
Yeah.
I've heard Hard in the Paint live 3 times.
And it's dope because usually when we go, we're to some extent affiliated with like one or more brands that are there.
Different vendors that are already there, yeah.
So
Jesse was with Cannabis. So the booth with the Cannabis card, you know, we'd go just hang out with everybody at the booth the whole time, play the game, hang out.
So you guys have access that other people really don't have as well while you're there.
A little bit, but that's only because we could go out of our way to be involved.
Right, yeah.
Like the VIP party.
Yeah, it's not like we work for a company.
Or not Miami,
Orlando.
Right.
But
like,
you have those relationships with the company.
Like take Cryptic Camp. Like there was MetaZoo, went out of business, and then like a lot of people that were in MetaZoo started Cryptic Camp, you know? And now, where were we? We went to Loveland, Ohio. We got to see this real life, like, it's not medieval because it wasn't built in, but it's built in the medieval style. Wild, and we got to see this huge castle, real castle, like we're in Europe, right here in Ohio. You know what I mean? And it was all because of, like, we went there for the card game because there was a convention, the card game was there, so we wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now we're on a cryptid festival spree.
We're going to be going to Johnstown for the Squonk.
Yeah, Squonkapalooza.
For the fearsome critter.
And
the
then we
Squonk.
got...
That was on Rick and Morty. They got a Squanch.
Oh, Squonch.
Yeah, no, I know.
And then we got the Mothman Festival, but we've been going.
Oh yeah, the Mothman Festival was the best.
Consistently for a couple years.
Yeah, the Mothman Festival was so fun. We went. So the very first place that anyone ever saw a Mothman was at the fairgrounds, and you can pay and pitch a tent and a campsite at the fairground.
Okay.
Instead of because there's only one hotel, because Point Pleasant is
the closest hotel aside from that is over the bridge, and it's 45 minutes from the town.
Yeah.
And the hotel inside is not a new hotel. It's straight back in
almost
the 40s.
Breakfast style, except no breakfast.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mothman was a blast because we got to go camping. You know what I mean? Sit outside, smoke all night at the camp spot.
Josh bought a cheap bike off Facebook Marketplace. And
the gear shifter when he landed broke and just sliced them.
It was one of those.
It was like a mountain bike.
Gear shifters were the little push buttons.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, yo.
And it was brittle from being sun-baked.
Yeah.
And I hit a jump. I come down, and when I went to push it with my thumb, it snapped, and from here to here.
Oh, you still got a scar, yeah.
I come back, I'm like, well, because right next to where we were camping was, I guess the fairgrounds also doubles as a motocross track.
Yeah.
So I took the BMX bike out on the motocross track and was trying to hit the
It was all jumps, you know? Unfortunately, the ground was too soft.
Yeah, I couldn't catch enough speed to really go anywhere.
No, we tried, but...
Figured it out the hard way.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that. And that's what Paisley wants to do for her birthday this year is camp back at
Sick.
Mothman. So.
Like I said, I really want to go. Cryptid Camp will be there, so all the more reason why we got to go.
There was only one year that I went that you didn't go with us.
The first Mothman originally, yeah. I couldn't. Well, I mean, I could have. I just didn't take off work. I don't know. I think I was pretty hooked day one on Zoo. But
you wouldn't have wanted to go with us, though, because on the way back, my tire went flat. The AAA dude showed up, said he couldn't tow me because it was out of his towing range that his manager was willing to let him go, but also couldn't do anything about my tire. So I put this donut on, which was, mind you, my beater vehicle is a 2008, 2009 Ford Escape. The original donut that was up underneath
it survived.
of it. Bro, it looked like the hub was going to rust off and hit. And I'm an hour and a half from home at that point. Dude, the highways are like what?
Where were you going,
65, 70 mile an hour, something like that. I'm going 45 mile an hour in the right lane with my turn signal. That hour and a half
With the
became
blinkers.
3.5 so quick. Miserable.
Probably stressed out too.
Oh,
like, man,
dude.
what the fuck, bro?
Thinking that donut was going to pop at any
Yeah.
moment. Made it, though. Made it home. Sketchy.
Hella sketch.
Yeah, dude.
No, but
Adventures,
that's
man.
yeah,
All
that's
about
and that's the
adventures.
thing though about following your passions. It'll definitely be a vehicle for your life and put you in places that you don't think you'll be at. Introduce you to cool people who have common interests, right? Because a lot of the times, whenever you're following your passion, you find other people who are passionate about it.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when you find those people that are passionate about things you have a lot of commonality, right?
Yeah.
And so you make good friends that way. You increase your network, and the next time you go to Philly, now you know someone in Philly. Like, damn, I ain't got to stay out in the streets. I got a homie out here
I got
actually.
3 girls.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've learned there's 3 things so far that I've encountered. Well, 4 if you count music, that can bring people that have like their side hobbies could be completely different. They're a
yeah.
totally different person, but weed, trading cards, skating,
Yep.
and music.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Any of those, you
Yeah,
could be a
potheads link up.
hillbilly and
We're tight. I'm like, oh, we share. Come
Yeah.
on, let's go.
Yeah,
You
like
wanna?
I could be a
Yeah.
hillbilly and you could be straight out
Yep.
the hood, and we could
But-
still
Yeah.
burn a blunt
Burn
on the
it.
corner
Or
of
Jay.
Atlanta, or you know
Shit,
whatever.
yeah.
Say you walk into a bar, is that gonna happen because you're all drinking?
Right.
Maybe. At
Right.
the end of the night, when you're all wasted, when
Yeah.
you're all just cutting up together,
And
maybe.
that, yeah, and I was
Right,
gonna say that's
maybe.
if there's a party-esque atmosphere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You walk into a normal bar and it's kind of like
Everybody spread
Sad.
out
dudes
doing their
here,
own thing.
dudes
Sad.
Yeah.
here, dudes
Sad,
here.
real
Looking
sad.
down.
Yeah, real shit. But no, I say the same thing about bud, especially. You know, what I mean, if you're outside smoking, and you see somebody else outside smoking, like, oh,
You
okay,
smell it.
yeah, you get in a conversation, or you might not have had no bud on you, somebody smoking. And, you know, most people are generous. Like, can I? Yeah, come on. You know what I mean? And the whole conversation bust out.
Was it? I want to say it might have been Richmond. Yeah, it was definitely Richmond. Where we had a whole conversation outside with he's passing that to you. With Jason Page. all
Yeah.
because we were burning our morning blunt.
So Jason Page is the man who sang the theme song to the Pokemon cartoon,
Oh shit, that's crazy.
the opening theme song.
Yeah,
that's
he
wild.
goes to all the collecticons.
Yeah, they
He
pay him
happened
to
be at
go.
our hotel.
You know what I mean?
Do they pay him to sing too? Does he sing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've heard
You'll hear it like
3
30 times
times.
throughout the day.
I've heard it three times, separate occasions, live in person.
Yeah.
And by the 3rd time, I didn't get up and go watch. I just sat at the table and just listened. You know what I mean?
Like I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've done this
Yeah,
And
like,
shout
at
out to
this
that
point-
dude. He's so famous for being like,
for one jam.
no, totally outside of the song.
Oh, okay.
For
okay.
being known for being at the convention, but not singing, but like running around and interacting with people.
Yeah, he'll
And his
sign
interactions,
cards for people.
he talks to people. He's like,
Cool
and,
dude.
and on top of it, like his personality, I guess we'll just say it's quirky,
Excuse me.
to be nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone talks about the same like.
Yeah, he still
aspect.
acts
Yeah.
like he's like 18, 19.
Yeah.
When like as far as energy wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that dude's
How old is he?
older than us.
He's
I'm
gotta
36.
Be, like,
He gotta
I was
be
gonna say he's gotta
45.
be late 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Yeah, we
he'd
was
be out
outside.
there singing his
I
heart
hear
out.
I hear their song in the back of
Over
my
and
head. I
over
can't
and
even
over.
imagine what this dude looks. I gotta find out what he looks like.
Yeah, we was burning our morning blunt. He come outside to get in his little like it wasn't an actual Sprinter van, but you know what I mean, a smaller version of that. I can't remember what it was.
What's his name?
Jason Page.
What's up, Jason Page? Man,
Yeah.
shout out to you, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all need to see if we can get him on the show. I'd love to interview Jason
That,
Page.
yeah, that would be wild.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Maybe if we were at Collecticon and
Oh,
we
yeah.
had the camera and everything, be like, let me get a 10-minute interview.
Yeah, he
I
come out
guarantee
and
we could
lit
do
up
that.
that raw and hit it a couple times.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
he
got
looks like
in
he's
his
hitting
little-
the bud.
Well,
Yeah.
two times we were all at the same hotel.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
He's got a version in Japanese too.
Oh, I'm sure.
This is great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Follow your passion.
Follow your passion, man.
Do what you're into.
You have
It'll
no
take
idea
you
where it
everywhere.
take you.
We
Yeah.
met King. What is it, King Gary?
Yeah.
He's like
He
real
owns,
big in the Pokemon where he's like got all the Charizards.
he owns the
He's
most.
got all the Charizards.
He was on Pawn Stars, and he brought
Okay.
$1 million worth of Charizards.
Really?
A first edition base set, shadowless, PSA graded 10. I think he
I gotta check.
owns.
I used to love that show, bro.
Yes, huge,
I used
huge,
to love that
huge.
show.
It's just like the random history of it. Learn
Yeah.
that item, this item.
Yeah,
like,
yep, yeah.
I like history a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and that show
Same, yeah.
slams it in.
Yeah, hell
and then
yeah.
on top of it, that family's crazy.
Yeah,
How about that? The son dying.
yeah, that's crazy.
sad.
Man. That is sad.
Chum Lee. There's right
He's
back
a-
to Pokemon. Chum Lee is
he's
huge
on
into
Whatnot now.
Pokemon.
Is he?
Even a Whatnot seller. Yeah.
Yeah, the homies.
Chum Lee loves Pokemon.
Yeah, I seen Chris Webby just went out to Vegas to perform, and they were all with Chum Lee on the show.
Yeah.
Kicking it with him. So, yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of the show. I love that show, and like you said, the history, that aspect of it. You know, it's fun seeing them haggle.
Yeah.
And,
Put that
see
shit
what's
on
gonna
Netflix
happen.
so there's no commercials.
Yeah, that'd
You'll
be
blow
good.
through 3
yeah,
episodes.
that would be a great idea actually.
Yeah. That's how I did it.
No, that's brilliant. No, but yeah, no, you guys are right though. Just these different things that do create community, like Bud, like skating,
Yeah.
like music. I know music for me, being one of my passions, is certainly taking me to places I wouldn't have been otherwise. I got a chance to perform in Casper, Wyoming. For the longest time, I used to say Wyoming's not even a place that exists, because I've never known anyone to go there or be from there or anything, and I got a chance to perform there.
It's in the middle of the country, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And had I not done that, had I not been into music, I would have had no other reason
Yeah.
to be in Casper, Wyoming, and it was a great experience. I loved it out there. It's cool, everything out there in that
Wide
direction.
open.
It looks like Red Dead Redemption out there.
Yeah.
Like it's wide open. It does. It looks like this is what they were talking about. This was it. But yeah, no, I definitely am huge into following your passion, and it might not be lucrative. You might not gain a lot of money from following your passion, but
It should at least feed your soul.
it should at least feed your soul. And like you said, it could be tough with relationships too when you're following your passion, because if that person that you're with doesn't have a passion, it's tough for them to understand your love for something outside of
Yeah.
them. And I found, not saying that all are, but I find females to be jealous about that as well, because you're not giving
Dude,
them
this is
that
a whole
attention.
conversation. My whole time, like me and Jordan come up, had girlfriends our whole life. None of them ever had a thing
Yeah.
that they did.
Yeah,
None of them.
and it makes it tough because you
None
become
of
you
them,
become
bro.
their thing,
They didn't fucking golf.
right?
They didn't sew. They didn't do nothing but live.
Yeah,
Like, I don't even get, that's not living. Do you know
It's
what I
not
mean?
living. Yeah, I agree.
Like, what are you doing? You're just going back and forth off, like, you're just bouncing
You're
off
just waking
things.
up.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah, you're just going to
you're
sleep and
not,
waking
like,
up.
doing anything. You know what I mean? I get it, career, whatever, like, maybe family, but
Yeah.
not me. I'm over here, bro.
Yeah, and I think and it might be, I don't want to isolate anyone or make my assumption seem like reality, but I think for us as men, we also like to build legacy, right? We like to leave something behind.
Yeah, it's
we're
instinctual,
here,
man.
yeah.
Even if you don't think that way, you
Yeah.
still feel that way.
You still feel that way. You want to build a monument,
Yeah.
and your monument may not be grand or glorious,
And for
but
a lot
it may
of people,
be,
that's a family, kids,
Yeah.
your legacy.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's your
totally
legacy,
get it
yeah.
and respect it.
Mhm.
I just don't fancy myself a family man.
Well, you never know what the future may bring.
I don't know. People say that. I'm 36.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to fall into it, bro.
You might find a skater chick.
That's not. I don't want to upset anyone, but no, that's gross.
I don't want to upset anyone.
For one, do you want to spend every single day doing what you love, and then your girl's there, and then you go home and she's there, and then you want to go skate and she's there skating?
I mean, if
No.
you find the one, you might find the one that you do want around like that.
No.
Like I said, you
Doesn't
never
matter.
know what the future holds, man.
Yeah, I
You don't
guess.
know.
I'm just pushing my negativity here.
I feel
I'm
I
projecting
understand.
what I want around me.
I understand that. You might find. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, but yeah, for sure, man. Now it's funny because it does make sense to me, gymnastics and skating being so, because it's a lot of gymnastics involved in skating if you think about it. I mean, those tricks aren't.
Learning how to fall,
Yeah,
not get hurt.
yeah, and those tricks take like some level of athleticism to do. Like a lot of those tricks aren't easy to do.
Yeah.
Hand plants. I mean, you can see that in gymnastics. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can see.
Endurance is a big thing.
Endurance is a big thing.
To be able to do it over and over and over for 2 hours
Right.
until you land it.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been crappy because you're so tired and your toe dragged, and now you're a bitch and you can't do it. I mean, you can't keep the clip. You got to delete it and go try again.
Yeah. Real
like,
shit.
can you do it? Can you mentally do it? You know what I mean? Before, you know? And then when you finally do it, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, yes! Fuck
Have,
yeah.
have you ever had any of your students show passion in skating? Like just by coincidence?
Like, yeah, like 2 times. The one level 10 of my boss's daughter, she like hit that little like teenage phase where like other friends she had that are girls like kind of got into it, and they want to impress boys.
Yeah.
So like I gave her 2 boards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they fucked around, and she even got to the point where she could hit a little baby ollie, like get the wheels off the ground, but like that was it. And then another thing was like obviously with her mother owning a gym, like that shit wasn't flying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just like it, you know what I mean? That wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then there was another one, for whatever reason, like I don't know why, but like she was a little younger. She was like maybe 13, but like she had to have one once. I was like, yeah, here. You know what I mean? And at the time, hardcore skating, so I had extra shit.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, her name's Addie. She's not done yet. She still I think has like 1 more year. Anyway, the board I gave her, I was skating the Greensburg Courthouse. And, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. And wasn't even skating. Skateboard's like over there, 10 feet. I'm filming my friends. And I'm like, all right, you do this trick. I'll film you. Right? Security guard comes running out. I stand there. I'm calm. Right? I'm not even skating.
Yeah, yeah.
It's over there. You can't even say it's mine. You don't even know. I'm standing there, right? They take off like they should, like I should have, right? They take off, scatter, right? I'm standing there. He's coming, running, right? Big guy, older guy, way taller than me, like your dad is coming at me, right? For real. Mad too. Mad. Like already beat red. Must have come from the other side of the building pissed.
Like it was that serious to
Yes,
you, bro?
yeah. No, listen, it gets so much
Spend
better.
too much time being angry.
It gets so much better. I'll lead to the skateboard and Addie. So I get to my board. By time I bend over to pick it up, the motherfucker tackles me. Right? Straight
tackled you.
bodies me, dude. I'm on the fucking ground, and as he's tackling me, I'm going down. I like roll, and he goes like that, right? after he hits me, because it's like, yeah, I go like this, you know what I mean?
Because you know how to fall.
I just wasn't letting him fall on me. That was my whole thought. My whole thought was, oh my God, he's going to fall on me. You know what I mean? And he hits the ground. He has a little bit of a hard time. I stand up. Could run away. I don't. I kind of giggle. Dude's mad, bro. He gets up. I'm handcuffed. He throws me on the ground. He stomps on my foot, right? Pushes me down. I'm like, oh my God, right? Like
you're doing entirely too much, sir.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Like obviously I'm not trying to get away from you.
Ah, fuck, bro. I'm on the ground, cuffed, the whole bits. Now, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
In everything that you could imagine of a combination of insulting this man.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Comes back to bite me in the ass. Some of the things I said to him. So, take my skateboard. He gone, right? I don't get arrested, right? Like, I don't know. He could have taken me to the police station. We could have walked to the police station in 2 minutes. It's that close to the courthouse.
Because he was probably just as wrong as you were at that point, though.
I don't know.
Probably,
Cops
yeah.
do whatever the fuck they want. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he was a security guard. He wasn't even a cop.
He was a cop, but
Oh,
he was the
a cop?
overnight cop at the
Okay.
courthouse.
I thought he was just security. I thought he was top flight security.
Well, he was, like, but he's not,
He's
like...
also a cop.
He's a cop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
gun cop, but he was the all-night at the building cop.
Got you.
I don't know if they take shifts. What the fuck ever, right?
Kind of like how our hospital has cops as
Yeah.
security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go in schools and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get the letter in the mail. You know, got to go to court, get a ticket for skating, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy, like, whatever.
No real charges.
Yeah. It was like $400 if I remember correctly, right? So I go there, pissed. The 2 kids I was skating with, they have to go. They got summoned. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm going to go in there. I'm like, fucking asshole, tackled me. I'm thinking like, no biggie. I'm going to get like, oh, you know, you were just skating. That's fucked up. He tackled you. This is a little bit much. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I got like the cop's best friend judge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? This old lady that was like, you're a piece of shit for skateboarding. Grow the fuck up. Fuck you. You deserved it. You know what I mean? And like, oh, dude, it sucked, right? So I'm like in there, like, I go talk first. blah, blah, blah. They talk, blah, blah, blah. Cop talks, judge talks. Judge is like, oh, cop starts saying all the things that I said to him. Judge now is like, you're in trouble. Do you know what I mean? She's like, you're about to be in trouble. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, I didn't even skateboard. Fuck, I just got tackled and ran my mouth. Now I'm like, fucked. You know what I mean? So then I'm like, talking more, like, blah, 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 blah. Finally, it just gets down to like, I'm sorry, I said that to you. Shake his hand. Super sorry, blah, blah, blah. That was fucked up. You know what I mean? We're cool. Let me just pay my fine. Get my skateboard back. And then give that skateboard daddy. Because in the time being from when I showed up to court, I just went and got a new board.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Addie got my, like, I almost got arrested for not skateboarding.
She got your courthouse skateboard.
Yeah. So there's maybe, who knows, it might have got thrown away, but there's a skateboard with a story out there.
Yeah, and Addie got it now.
Yeah.
Now, so through gymnastics, you were probably fortunate enough to see a lot of girls go to college too. You were able to help a lot of the girls achieve their dreams and go to college, and even if they don't go to the Olympics per se, but they get an education out of it.
Yeah.
That has to be like a gratifying feeling as well, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a team effort. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you normally have another coach. You know, it definitely does a huge part of it.
Sure.
You know, depending on the situation. You know, but a normal situation. You know what I mean? But it definitely takes a lot of hard work, and like I said, that's the most rewarding part.
Yeah.
And it's just like skating. It's like we worked so hard for so long, and we got the trick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like an unbelievable feeling. Parents, family. You know, it's awesome.
They probably show a lot of gratitude as well because they know what went behind it.
Yeah.
They know what went behind it more than most, right?
Yeah. And another thing is like another thing that I liked was that you travel.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely local travel, maybe 2 hours here, 3 hours there, just one state to Ohio here or West Virginia or Maryland. But then like as the kids do better, you get to go farther.
They get bigger competition.
Yeah, and it's paid for. It's my
yeah.
job. You know what I mean? Jump on the plane, go there, and then you know. Another thing, like I think I kind of like touched on it earlier, is like, all right, so like you'll be at your regional meet, and now if there's 30 gyms in this region of this many states, like Ohio, Maryland, you know, West Virginia, us, PA, New Jersey, we're all region 7, right? So like we get to regionals, and now it's like just the best gyms, the best teams with the best kids and the best coaches are there, and now it goes from like you know, thousands of kids to just like this 100.
Yeah.
And then they qualify, you go to nationals, and now it's like whoosh, now it's like, all right, now it's just this many, you know. So it's like everyone just kind of standing around like, what's up, you're good, what's up, you guys are good, hey, you did good, glad to see you here, like you weren't here, you didn't get a kid the last 2 years, that's awesome, you guys, Jim got a kid here. And like the coaches, just like skating, like it can be like pretty shitty, cutthroat competition. I bet. You know what I mean? Like definitely the opposite of like what I was saying about like the best guys who came together and just did like the main clinics.
Right.
It's called Make It Right. But it can be the opposite where everyone's like down. Everyone goes to the bar at the hotel that all the coaches stay at. You know what I mean? So there's a whole lot of that community as well.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. No. And like you said, the traveling. I mean, watching these kids fulfill their dreams, right?
Yeah.
And their passion, that has to be something for you to feel good about too, and to see that. And no wonder you don't have the desire for a family because you already got all these kids, right?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you,
you already got a bunch of kids.
Yeah. I'm every day, all day, a pretty big range. You know what I mean? From, 8 and up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how long have you been doing it for?
I'm beginning 17 years.
Damn. So you've seen some of these kids grow up.
Yeah. There's kids now where I'm like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
And I feel exactly the same way I met you. It's wild.
Yeah.
You know, they're having kids.
Yeah.
There's girls that I was gymnasts. They're married with like 2 kids now.
Yeah.
Like, what? See them on Instagram. Like, what? Heart. What?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I had no idea, man. I'm definitely taken aback by that, and I think it's neat, man. I always my father was a coach.
Yeah.
And he helped a lot of young men get through college through coaching. He coached football.
Awesome.
and you know, I know how much he meant to those guys. He passed away when I was 18, and
I'm sorry.
I know how much he meant to those guys because they still reach out to me, and they
I
still,
bet.
you know, look out for and check out for me, you know, and it's always love
Awesome.
because of the impact that he had on their lives. So I know how much of an impact coaches can have
Yeah.
on the people that they're coaching, especially when they're good humans
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
I remember when I very first started, the owner of the gym, Bill, there would be, 40-year-old, 50-year-old mothers that would come in with their kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they would be like, hey, just want to stop in, say hi, miss you. It would happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Once a week, forever. But you know, even all kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah. No, and I know it has to make you feel good to know that you're having that type of impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has all that, but it can also have like some downsides, like just
Sure.
like anything in life.
Sure. Yeah.
You'll train a kid for years and they quit.
Yeah.
Train a kid for years, they get hurt, even worse.
Yeah.
You gotta quit because like your elbow's blown,
Yeah.
tore your ACL.
You
know
can't.
what I
You
mean?
can't do it no more at all.
Maybe
Yeah.
some can, maybe, and you're
Yeah.
limited. Now you might, instead of do all 4 events, now you only do 2.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of, it's all ruined. Like imagine if I couldn't flip my board on a skateboard.
Right.
If I couldn't flip my board on a skateboard, my feet were just stuck to it, I'd be in hell
Yeah.
because I'm on it, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that that can be bummer.
No, and
to
it's
say
good
the
that you
least.
it's good that you have that perspective of it because you can understand and sympathize
Yeah.
with what they're going through, and I'm sure that helps
Yeah.
whenever you're dealing with them
Yeah.
because you're coming from a real place of I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
It's not just lip service that
Yeah.
you're saying it. Like I legit get what you're.
Yeah, when I was 22, you know what I mean? I was skating like, all right, I know I'm 22, but I'm still going to like get, even if I don't turn pro, I'm going to like just keep upping it a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more, maybe like get in a crew with like a team or like, with One Up Skate Shop, you know what I mean? Brandon, shout out to him, sponsoring me after I got older. You know what I mean? Just because like I kept up with my skating, still did it all the time.
Right.
100% absorbed. You're down. Like I don't care that you're 30. You skate it all the time. You're here. You know what I mean? You and Jordan live in Pittsburgh just to skate Pittsburgh every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Here's a board when you need it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so that's cool. You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Finding someone who believes in what you're doing
Yeah.
enough to not only say that they support it but show that they support it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. So what can we expect coming up for the warehouse
Yeah. The game of skate.
game of skate?
Yeah, yeah, we don't have necessarily a date set up yet because we're still in the building phase.
Yeah.
But
We got to build a couple more things and then it'll be like worth it. I don't want people to come out and there's only like a couple things, but
Right.
I mean, for the game of skate, you only need flat ground to be fair. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
So we kind of maybe even push some stuff out of the way, but
I would like
That's
to
only-
hope within the next
month.
yeah,
Yeah.
month and a half, we'll have something, at least concrete flyer put out.
Midsummer. Do a little midsummer
And
July
if it
event,
goes
something
well, like we were talking, I would like to maybe start doing it once a month or so, and just change it out. One time just be all mani pad shit. One time maybe just be vert. One
Ramps,
time one time be a rail jam, and just find different ways
Yeah.
to make it still a game of skate, but not the same old shit.
Not the same
every
old
time.
game.
So
Yeah.
like what Brandon did at One Up is he went out and paid for like I don't know who made it, but got a wrestling belt, but it was custom and
Oh, that's
it
dope.
said One Up Game
Champ.
of Skate Champion.
Yeah.
You know, and it was real
Yeah.
fat,
like heavy
detailed
and
metal.
everything. Yeah.
like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like riveted together, you know what I mean? Metal. It was fat. And
Yeah.
we could just do something like that. And then the
Yeah.
winner comes back, defend your title.
Title, yeah,
you
that's
know what I
fire,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
yeah, you could do anything like that. Incentivized me 3-4 times to go just to get this stupid belt.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was cash, like I think there was cash. It was like I think a lot, but yeah. But the belt.
That's what it really was. Yeah.
Like if we get a Naruto headband that's like gold
that'd be
and it
crazy.
says like Game of Skate Champion with like a line cut through it.
Yeah, that'd be
Come
crazy.
on, bro.
Yeah, I think
I know that's a little specific, but you know what I mean.
That'd be
our
crazy though.
first
Just spitballing.
our first prize pool is gonna be $100 CCS gift card and a hoodie from the studio, and then second place will just be a hoodie for the first one, and then
We could even like I could even chip in. We'll get like a board or just something.
well, that's what I was thinking.
We'll get a good
gift
first, second,
card.
third. We'll figure it out.
Oh, bro, we can even do an interview here as a part of the prize package
Yeah,
for the winner.
yeah. We'll have
Hell
a
yeah.
skate talk round 2 in a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I think obviously the prizes will get better as we go. And if the first one goes well, I'm definitely down to like instantly go find a way to get a belt or some kind
Like
of
anything.
trophy.
I'm just
or,
talking out loud. It
something.
just turns into the idea we go with.
Yeah, something be dope to like put a physical thing to it so that this person would want to come back and defend it and
Yeah,
Get a golden deck.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anything.
Did-
I mean, anything,
maybe start a
obviously,
Stanley
yeah.
Cup style thing where
Dude, that'd be
like
fat.
we keep it at the warehouse, but every time someone wins,
We
add
put a new
their
plaque.
name to
Yeah,
it, and
yep.
the
Because you
rings
just
get
buy the
bigger.
little thing and put it right
Yeah.
on. Yep, with the little. Yeah, dude.
Bro,
That's what we
check
should
it out,
do, bro.
Check it out. So we take a skateboard, like a complete, and put the names on it, and then whenever it gets finished,
Get a new
we
one.
take another one, and then we flip it around because you know how we used to like interlock the boards to ollie over 'em?
Yeah.
So just like as we get more people,
I like
we
that.
interlock the next
I like
one.
I like the Stanley Cup idea more.
I was
fill
just
it
trying
with
to think of
beer.
a way to make
It's gonna
it.
get wild.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to
Yeah.
make it more skateboard.
No, let's go with the giant cup. However, we need to pay for that, whatever it's made out of. I don't know if we're gonna have to home make it, get crafty. I like that. I want the
finest
Stanley
of
Cup.
space
I want
medals.
the winner to hold it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With beer coming out of it, slosh
Yeah.
it, bro. That's what I want.
And I definitely plan to have some performers.
Yeah.
At the first event, you know what I mean. So I would like to have you, and I know that you said you know some Mount Pleasant
Yeah,
artists.
for sure. Yeah,
So
for
we'll
sure.
try to get some local artists. Try to get some of the local crowd out.
Yeah.
Because I know we're trying to like not be a nuisance, but that's the best way to be looked at in a good light. You know what I mean?
We're gonna have a
'Cause-
hoedown in that bitch.
Yeah, because regardless, like, they're gonna know we're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Better for them to know we're there in a positive light than
Yes.
just the racket next
Yeah.
door.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Any way I can contribute and help, more than happy to do so. And I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a lot of dope things coming up for us in general. You know, every Friday we got the Vision Talks, of course. We also have the Stash Spot reviews. You know, and I'm gonna be here every Saturday with a special guest or a couple, as it may be. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to everything we got coming up, man. That's the one thing about Bunch of Bull Studios. We're always trying to think of new ways to get something generated.
I've been trying to convince him to do a podcast with me.
Yeah.
I keep throwing out different ideas, but it's just the time thing.
I think we should just do conspiracies.
Good.
I mean, it's pretty popular. You have,
Every week, pick a new conspiracy and just go in on
Just explore it. Yeah.
yeah. I'm thinking of like the 3 big podcasts that ours are. There's like Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli, like the comedian. His is like huge. Oh, Blurry Creatures. But that's more of our first idea. Like you wanted to do cryptids. So like Blurry Creatures is like the biggest #1 podcast on that.
it.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
thinking we should possibly do like a skateboard podcast.
Yeah, but
get
like you
different
won't believe how many
skateboarders.
skateboard podcasts there are.
Yeah, but
There's a lot.
we can get different skateboarders from our area, just tell wild stories on their adventures.
Yeah, see, that's a good idea. If you'd probably
Like look at you with
everyone's
the Philly story.
Yeah,
everyone's in Pittsburgh. You'd have to get them to come here though.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
We
an
do it.
hour.
We do it every week. Shit.
yeah, that would be cool. But there's a lot of
And
skaters
we could
in
even do
Pittsburgh.
it at the warehouse.
At the park. Yeah, just because
Yeah.
it's even closer.
Yeah, we can just go, because I mean, me and you usually go out Sunday
closer,
earlier
yeah.
anyway.
I would think, right?
It is. Yeah, for sure.
A little bit.
Yeah, we
It's
usually
a lot
go
of it,
out early
yeah.
on Sunday anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We could do it early Sunday.
Yeah, come skate the park.
Oh,
when
yeah.
Normally you wouldn't, so you get an invite to the
Yeah,
private
they
park.
get to come
Right.
check the
Do an
park
interview
out,
for
skate,
30
do
minutes,
an
whatever.
interview.
It'd be dope. It'd be
we'll-
dope if we can get a camera guy there to get like footage of them skating.
We film everything with our iPhones because like
Okay.
they're $2,000 cameras. Do you
Right,
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
there's like 4 lenses here and shit.
Right.
It's HD. We can share it to each other. It's compatible.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah. We
And
now
take
in
the
our age.
cameras out and
Yeah.
set them up.
Yeah. We just all just collectively been like, fuck it.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
You know
that's
what
the
I mean?
beautiful
Yep.
thing is being in a collective of skaters. Everyone's kind.
Everyone films each other. That's normal.
Everyone's kind.
There'll be someone getting close to a trick. They'll stop skating and start like, give me your phone, and I'm gonna start filming you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Or
Hell yeah.
it can be also annoying. You got to stop skating to film your homie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're all in the same like passion. Like, yes, because also it's an equal amount of time. Like, bro, I need you to film this.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
close.
You're gonna ask for it too, yeah.
And then he'll hit you with a land one first. I'm like, oh, you make me do it twice.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
1 hour later, you're like not even looking while he's trying and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. The conspiracy part. I'll definitely gotta have me for that. What's your favorite all time conspiracy?
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth?
Yeah.
You believe it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I'll sound fucking crazy.
No, it's okay. What
Yeah.
what makes you believe it?
Um.
What evidence
So first,
that's
if-
been presented to you that
All right. So at first I was like, fucking crazy. You're crazy. It is beyond established, without a shadow of scientific doubt, that round, everything's round, space, right?
Mhm.
None of that shit is real. Not a fucking iota of it, dude. It's 1,000% fake.
This is a good transition into my favorite conspiracy. I'll let you
1,000%
continue,
fake,
yeah.
bro. 1,000% fake.
Okay.
Couldn't be faker.
Explain.
All right, so
I'm curious. Yeah.
All right, so-
it's all fake. What is it's all?
The,
All right,
the
the-
galaxy as we know
the
it,
world-
I feel like is what he's saying.
the world, yeah, like outer space, the whole
Yeah.
bit. So all right, even if you don't believe in God or whatever, like, we're gonna start with like the Bible, right? Flat out says that it is not a ball, right? My favorite thing to fuck with people, like especially religious people, is like, what was first, the sun or the earth, right? What was first, like in the Bible,
The Earth.
right? Then the
Then
sun.
like yeah.
Yeah, but how does it work in the universe? The sun spinning around the earth, or is the earth spinning around the sun?
Yeah.
So God made the earth, established it, threw in the sun,
And, now
and then the earth
now
and everything just
yeah,
started kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. That's a good point. Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, I don't even believe in the Bible. So all of this unbelievable proof
Not a lot
will
of
get
people.
like dropped.
There are some people who
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot,
Yeah,
because religion's huge, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the firmament
Mm-mm.
in the Bible?
Yeah, see, that I know about.
You know about the firmament?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, all right, let's say with the moon landing, right? Or the moon landing.
That's my favorite conspiracy theory, by the way.
There's
It didn't.
I would say
it didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen.
No.
No, I'm sorry. You have to be retarded,
Yeah.
or you just refuse to take the time to
Can-
learn one thing to the
Can I
next
tell
thing.
you why? Can I tell you why it didn't happen? Why I believe?
Please.
I get into it with my one coworker about this all the time.
Please.
He's so logical, and I'm like, you got to at least question it. So this is the first thing. There's a few things about it that bother me. This happened in the late '60s, right?
Mhm.
I can't get cell phone service in parts of Dunbar in 2025, but they had a live feed
Landline
coming from the moon
to the president.
to the world. They had a live feed. They're telling a small step that was all live to the world. Everybody witnessed
Yeah, the
that
president
in
was
real
on
time.
camera
Yeah.
talking to them
in real
with
time.
a 10-second delay.
In real time, right? So this is that's the first thing that bothers me. I can't do that.
You know
today.
they play golf on the moon.
The other thing is
He can't even reply. It's
No,
like so
no,
ridiculous.
no,
It's so
they-
ridiculous. You don't
they-
even reply.
they filmed them landing. Who the hell filmed
They
them
filmed them
landing?
take off too.
Yeah, who
They filmed them take off too.
Who were the people filming this? How did they get it there? And these cameras weren't small cameras. These are huge fucking. This is back in the day when the cameras were huge, and
The
some
cameras
people,
didn't melt?
Some people say, "Oh, they dropped the cameras off before they."
Mm-hmm.
How? There's no gravity. You can't drop the cameras off.
Did you ever see his boot on backwards?
No.
Their boots on backwards?
Uh-uh.
Look up that one.
Okay, and so those are the two big ones for me. Who the hell filmed it, and the real time feed to the moon when I can't get cell phone services in certain parts.
Just the fact
of
that we
Pennsylvania.
haven't gone back or can't.
We can't go back
because they
we
destroyed the
haven't
technology, and
they-
it's a painful process to rebuild.
in that part, right? We can't go back.
We just
We got Elon's out here.
the most
taking
technology,
forever trying.
the highest piece of technology that they used to go to the moon was the same as a fucking Game Boy Advance or not even advanced, a handheld Game Boy.
Boy, yeah.
That was the computing power that they used.
Right.
And a bunch of women, nothing against women, bunch of women, love women's gymnastics. Thank you for a great job that I shouldn't have even have had because I'm a degenerate that just wants to skate. But did the math, just randomly did the math, and they're like, it's perfect.
Yeah. And
Like,
so, and how do you
okay.
get back and get the getting
Van
back
Allen
process?
So this is where I went to like
Van
the
Allen,
firmament,
yeah,
the Van
yep,
Allen
yep.
radiation belt.
We can't get past
We
it.
have all these people saying you can't do it, but we did it like 6 times.
Yeah. In the 60s.
The rover.
In the early 70s.
Did you ever see what that thing looked like? My favorite joke is it looks like a homeless man's tent
Yeah.
that they went to
Legit
the
does.
moon in and back.
Yeah.
It's fucking absurd.
So yeah, no, that's my favorite is the moon landing.
So here's one. If we didn't go to outer space and look down at the world being round, how do you know it's round?
The way I believe it's round is the only reason I believe it. Well, the reason I believe it's round is because of telescopes. We can see other planets as they are now, and those planets are round. So that would lead me to believe that ours is very much the same.
You know why they look round? Because we're looking up through a giant atmosphere that is
Okay.
very, very thick.
It's almost like
you,
a lens.
you know how
like
you
if
can't.
You have
yes.
glasses
Yes.
that stick
Oh,
up
you know how
lens
you
and
turns
can't.
around.
You know how you can't look through fog.
Yeah.
And when it's not there, clear as day, you can see.
Yeah.
You know, it's called atmospheric distortion.
Mm-hmm.
And I know space is like clear and empty, vacuum, all this shit.
It's just a fisheye lens.
The firmament, man. It's fucking firmament. It's fact. It exists 100%. You know. Did you ever hear the trip about Admiral Byrd?
No.
The general.
Uh-uh.
So Admiral Byrd. It's on TV. You can look it up. It's in black and white. I don't know how it isn't like axed or whatever.
We'll be after this podcast.
100% real. Him, U.S. government, all these dudes went to Antarctica, South Pole. They're like doing whatever, right? They find like this inland, like crack, and they're like, all right, we're gonna go in, see how far we can go into the middle instead of having to climb up. Sounds fucking crazy, right? Did you ever see Antarctica?
Yeah.
How do you get onto Antarctica?
Yeah.
Is there like water and you pull up in your boat and just get up on the land? Did you ever see Antarctica? All of Antarctica 360 round is like a mile high, straight 90-degree sheet ice wall.
That's crazy.
You have to go on these fucking giant like ice crushing boats that have the giant cranes that you go up, climb up, and then they take you out and you get on top.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Look up Antarctica.
Okay.
And do you know no one has ever in any form, plane or on foot ever crossed Antarctica? Ever?
No,
Historical fact, non-conspiracy.
Really?
No one has ever crossed Antarctica. We've only gone around it in a circle.
Okay.
Anyway, Admiral Byrd. They go with their fucking crew. They find this random inlet. They're like, whatever. You know, the ice is cracking, falling, reforming, all that, blah, 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 whatever. So, like, they go in it. They fucking keep going. They keep going. They keep going. They keep going. They pop out. They find a whole nother continent. Tropical fucking paradise, right?
On the other side of Antarctica.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm trying to think of what that could even possibly be from.
You
how
don't
we
have
know-
enough, like, information to picture, like, what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
So, the world is like this, a circle,
Yeah.
right? Here's Antarctica, the whole outside,
Right.
And then North Pole's for sure in the middle,
Right.
Magnetic north. Do you know there's no magnets that point to the south?
Right.
They only point to the middle, the north, right? So it's like south, 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 north,
Mm-hmm.
or east and west, right? So what was I saying before that? Like leading into
You're talking about
how it works, right?
Yeah.
So here it is.
The
North Pole's in the
tropical
middle.
portion,
Yeah. Fucking literal ice wall containing an ocean, right? And for one, like how the Bible talks, like, you know, do you believe in the flood? Do you believe that happened? A lot of people don't care about God at all. Say, oh yeah, that should happen. There's all this proof of worldwide flood. You know what I mean? Like archaeologists and all this shit, and like that's a whole other thing. And So the sun and the moon spin around the magnetic North Pole, right? There's how how the calendars changed with the Gregorian calendar. We went from 13 months to 12 months.
Right.
All the people in charge added in months that were like small changes to the names. I forget which one it is in the their names and shit, and they like fucked everything up. And like the seasons are perfect, right? So like we're on a ball and it's wobbling, so it's spinning, but it's wobbling, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like here's the stick in the ball, so it goes like that. And they say that's why they're seasons, right? Because the sun's here,
because our direction towards the sun,
yeah. But the truth is,
as it relates to the sun,
the truth is it's the magnetic North Pole, and there's the sun and the moon, and it oscillates in and out and in and out around the North Pole. Just never stops. It goes like closer and then farther out.
This is what you're saying is responsible for the tropical
for the seasons, yeah.
The tropical area that they found, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So look up emergency airplane landings. So you picture the flat map and you picture a ball. Mm-hmm. Every single emergency planning woman needs to have a baby happen on the plane, engines out, we gotta land. Look at all the fucking flight paths of not even just emergency landings, but just start with emergency landings because that's enough. You won't even have to fuck with the rest, right? Of the flight paths of where they went. So say they're here in this country and they needed to land down there.
Right.
Did they go here and here? Why would they go there to there when on a ball they could have went there?
Just went down.
Look at it on a flat map. Every fucking time, dead straight line. Dead straight line. Look at regular flight paths. Then look at it on a flat map. Not just a flat map squared, where you have to imagine it portals back around, but a smushed circle.
Down, yeah.
Yes, a smushed circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of work on this.
More
work than I can.
So if the world's 25,000 miles round in circumference at the middle,
is that what it's supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, don't let me forget what I said. There's this sailor. Twice they wanted to world record for sailing around the world. Right? It took 4 times longer than it should have, and it didn't stop because they went like this. Fucking forever.
Yeah.
In a giant fucking circle.
Yeah.
And it happened twice. Keep in mind, no airplane or team of government tracked over Antarctica ever. By the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look all this shit up. I'm not making any of this up.
Yeah.
You know who the number? All right. Satellites. Satellites aren't real. Satellites are just the machines, but they're tethered to giant weather balloons that go up in the air. You know why did you ever see clouds? What is, if you could draw a cloud, how would you draw a cloud? It would be flat on the bottom, puffy on the top.
Right.
Right. Why do clouds get flat at the bottom? They say it's the temperature difference.
Yeah.
There's like not magic, but an invisible line of temperature difference, and it hits it. They're all flat. They're all flat. All clouds are sitting on a flat layer of atmosphere above us.
If you're on a plane, that's what it's doing.
And everything around above us just spins with the stars. The North Star, Polaris or whatever, has never moved ever. It's dead center in the fucking middle and has never deviated ever. If we're in outer space and we're on a ball and it's wobbling and spinning, mind you,
it has to move.
It is also not just spinning this way or wobbling, but it's also moving with the sun and all the other planets going down there. Why have the stars and the star patterns never changed from day one, from the initial human being marking the fucking celestial stars like the Egyptians? That's going to be there every time.
What would be the reason? What would be the reason for
the devil? Flat out, the devil.
This is why I said at the beginning he's a Bible thumper, because I can understand him using the Bible and religion to explain certain things, but then comes the
You could say there's evil men.
It's the devil.
There's evil men that figured this out a long time ago. So here's what happened. There was a fucking flood, God or not. Everybody back then got fucking wiped out. Everybody started over, right? And eventually people probably figured some shit out. And then I'm not going to say what race of people might have probably figured it out, but there is clearly a overruling group of people that are determining the entire course of the planet heavily.
Right.
And they also go back to, I don't know, the days of Jesus. So I think it would be really, really, really easy to be like, hey, let's fucking control this planet of space, because the sun and moon are, and with the magnetics there, won't fill in with ice. We're fucking good. Maybe God made it. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like how it was made. You know, because the Big Bang's retarded. You know what I mean? Sorry. You know. So yeah,
I'm with you on the fact that this is why I find it hard to believe that
I skipped
people
another
don't.
one. I'll go back to it real quick. Go ahead. Sorry.
People wouldn't I would have a hard time understanding why people wouldn't believe in a higher power. Is just the harmony of how everything works. You know, everything's meant to work.
Everything is
work
connected.
hand
The
in
cows
hand.
need the
Right.
grass
Exactly.
to go with their
Exactly.
to go with their digestive system.
And that can't just be pure coincidence.
How?
Yeah.
Was it evolution? Did the cows come up to that long to the point where they finally hit their guts to meet the grass?
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. And if it's evolution, how come they haven't evolved now? Like they've been around for.
There's micro evolution, not.
Yeah, not on a grand scale.
No,
Yeah.
no. Maybe a fucking.
It's more adaptation than
Yes,
evolution. Yeah.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, if the world's 25,000 miles around, that means that and this is just basic fucking math, that every 8 mile, I forget how many miles it is, there's 8 inches of curvature for every, we can look it up on our phone in like 10 seconds. For every distance of mileage, there, once you get so far, then there should be 8 inches per mile squared of deviation,
Right.
of literal physical curvature. If I'm over here and we've exceeded the however many miles it is, 10, it's
Yeah.
not a lot, by the way, it's extremely small, and we're over here and we're both 6 foot tall standing on the ground, there should be 100 feet of solid fucking earth, even if it was shaved smooth, of all trees and grass. There's no fucking way you could see me. Look into how many fucking people. Look into world distance record photography of mountains that are really fucking far away, in like
Yeah.
Japan and China. And there they are.
They shouldn't be visible.
Infrared photos of
Yeah.
long distance will immediately disprove the Earth being a ball. Immediately. Do you know how many people have taken high-powered, like, $20,000 lasers and go to giant, like Lake Michigan, from one end to the other?
Yeah.
Is it refraction? Do you think the laser's bending with the water and the light?
Yeah. Not happening.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Do you know NASA was formed? Do you know how NASA was formed?
Yes.
Okay. So
My brother's watching. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, you guys should have had me on this
so
conversation."
that goes right into the hiding of this.
Yeah.
It's 100% connected. The Operation Paperclip, the Operation High Jump. There we go. Operation High Jump was what they called when Byrd went to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah. All water comes up from under the earth, and the Bible says there's water above and water below.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's his favorite conspiracy theory.
And that's like just scratching it.
Do you have a favorite conspiracy
That's
theory?
me. That's me without notes, bro.
So what do you think? What do you think the water above is?
I don't know. You know, I don't fucking know. No one's
Rain?
been to outer space.
You think
Rain?
space
I don't know.
is just water?
A lot of people think that it's fluid, that it's layers. If you really believe in what the Bible says, and how could you really know this? But like how there's layers to get to the top
sky is blue.
of heaven.
The sky is
You
blue.
do-
Or what if? I'm sure you've seen the video of the people that was in the submarine and they hit the
Bottom and bounced
saline
off.
buoyancy place.
Couldn't go lower.
What if our water is like the above, and then there's still a below?
I think God literally peeled out a layer for us and whatever the fuck is going on, and a more uncomprehendable, without more information things.
Almost like there's some fuck shit up here, there's some fuck shit down here, and he was just like, "You guys are just gonna stay right here."
Yeah,
I mean, the fuck shit up there and fuck shit down there probably think we're fuck shit.
Okay, so
For
if you ever
that.
heard of this conspiracy goes with the Bible, but you don't have to fuck with God at all. It's more of history and historical timeline and track records. Have you ever heard of the millennial reign of Christ? Comes from the Bible. Right now, it's debatable. Did Jesus come back like he said he would, or did it not happen yet? Where the revelations happen. A lot of people now believe that it already fucking happened. That Jesus already came back. He ruled the world for 1,000 years, like he really said. And there's so much goddamn proof to this. It's called Tartaria, the kingdom of Tartaria. Anyway, the whole side thing, it's sick. It just proves that there was all these buildings and shit before we were here. And we dug up railroads.
Yeah.
We didn't build railroads. We
dug
built
up-
them after we dug them up.
old coins
Yeah.
from thousands of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So already happened, right? Jesus came back, ruled for 1,000 years. At the end of the 1,000 years, it says in the Bible that the devil is released from him being in the pit, locked away, that he gets to be out, right? So devil's out. He's back in our world.
You think that's what we're living in?
We got the most fucked up shit ever happening, dude. Ever. With
Currently?
sin, yeah, currently. Sin, all these things. Like boys being girls, girls being boys, and everything that's encompassing with like not wanting. All right, here's
Technology.
dude. Not everything, like full control. The destroying the family unit.
Yeah.
Even though I'm saying I don't want to have a family and all this, and I know it's so contradictory. I know, right? But like I'm 100% all for it. I want you to have a great family. I want you to have a great family. I want the family to continue. It's even more than like America. Like this is what's fucking up. You know what I mean? Man, woman, you have kids. I get it. It's just I also know I can skip that and we'll be cool. You know what I mean? So like it's just a destruction of all moral values. God has been taken out of every single thing. The devil is on the earth manipulating in human beings, and he's doing it because it is the worst thing that he could possibly do to Jesus and God, is destroy us as creation, the thing he loves the most.
Yeah.
And he's totally fucking doing that and hiding all this shit. It's super fucked up.
Is he hiding it? Yeah, no, you bring up a lot of good points. Very interesting perspective on. I'm definitely going to have to digest.
You're not going to remember like 90% of what I
I'm going to have to
said.
digest a lot of the flat Earth stuff, though.
You won't find it like on YouTube. It's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flat Earth hit in 2015. Couple people like got into it, fucking blew up. Everybody was like, "You're retarded." Give it a couple weeks, you're like, "Holy shit, wow." Oh, so like I said, like I found God in the Bible through researching that. That's literally how I found. Like totally switched. I'm like, I was a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? But it was through researching, yeah, you're all retarded, the world's round. Here's why. And then I'm like, oh, that's a guess. Let's guess. Fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's not true. Fuck, yeah, we didn't go to the moon. I'm like, and then one little branch hits to religion, and then I'm like, oh, religion touches on this a shit ton.
Yeah.
Let me get this information. And then it's like, oh my God, dude. And then you just learn so much. Most people, I guess, don't. But like I said, I ADD, like hyper fixate on things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so interesting.
What you find interesting
I'm like,
during the rabbit
wow,
hole,
every
yeah.
day, just absorbing information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, and hopefully I'm not wrong.
So what if you are wrong?
I don't think I am. I'm a bajillion% to the fact that I'll say it right here on YouTube where anybody can go see it. Like even people I work with. You know, fuck you if you disagree, or not disagree if you think anything like negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit like what you think. You know
I
what I mean?
don't think anyone would think anything negative for
Dude, flat
your
earthers are
perspective.
probably the most hated on, insulted person of a group in the world, bro.
Right now?
And no, since ever.
Really? Is that a thing? How do you feel about flat earthers? Do you not like them?
Well,
I mean, I don't-
now it's like 70-30.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but it's like I guarantee more people no longer believe in the heliocentric model. The heliocentric model is the ball spinning in space, gravity. You want to talk about gravity? The theory of gravity? The word theory is still attached to gravity. They just like to stop talking about it. that never fucking changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what buoyancy and density are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gravity's not real. It's real. Like, that's real.
Right.
That's
right,
real.
Right.
But the explanation of why and what's happening couldn't fucking be farther from the truth. It's electromagnetic static something. It's another word. Everything's electric. We all have this like electric, you know what I mean? And we're grounded to it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And some things can escape, you know, helium. How could a butterfly fly next to another thing that gets totally stuck down if gravity had this all-encompassing equal effect?
Pulling power,
yes,
yeah.
gravity, if you want to say it's what it is, science, you know what I mean? It's so easy to fucking pick apart. It is so
and that's the thing
easy
about
to pick
science
apart.
too. It evolves, right? Because the same thing they believed 20 years ago, they don't believe today. So science is always evolving. Even when
Well,
it seems to be
science is
facts.
bought and paid for, and we know who buy, and so the truth will never come out, just like medicine will continue to kill us.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, damn.
Yeah, sorry to be a bummer and Bible thumper.
No, I'm not bummed at all.
Fuck yeah, dude. I believe in God. I really want to get into heaven. My mom doesn't believe in God. That's like one of the biggest problems in my life. I can't convince my mom. Nothing to even do with flat earth, just that, like, you know what I mean? Me and my mom were like atheist buddies growing up, you know what I mean? Anytime it got brought up, we're like, you're dumb. It's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No.
No, I mean,
No, bro.
that's dope that you were able to find it, even despite your upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a dope thing.
I'm very just like whatever.
Yeah, everyone is.
Yeah, I can't.
Everyone
say,
is whatever. No one gives a fuck.
Well,
The majority.
It's not necessarily that I give a fuck. It's that like neither side have any like actual, real, tangible proof.
Here's what I believe is that shit's real. I don't have a choice. It's going to fucking happen. I'm on Team God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thoughts on religion are I think of spirituality is more important than religion for me.
Yeah.
I 100% have a personal relationship with God, and I believe in God. I don't necessarily subscribe to religion as I once did.
Religion's got nasty. It's always been.
When I did identify, or when people ask me about my religion, I more identify with Islam, being Muslim, because I believe in one God, and I don't believe that we need an intercessor to talk to that God. I think I can talk to him directly. He hears me. But I also at the same time don't believe God excludes people from heaven because they call themselves Jew or Christian or Muslim. I think that's a very human thing.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely
think
Pope
God
stepped in and said that and snuck that in.
I think God's much bigger than that. I don't think he sees people
Beyond.
as I don't think you save 100 kids and you're Jewish and God's like, bro, fuck them 100 kids you saved. You're a Jew. You can't get in here because we only allow Christians in. Sorry,
you know
bud.
what Jewish people believe about all non-Jewish people, though, especially when it comes to God and what happens.
What's that?
And just in general, we're literally dog meat to Jewish people.
Yeah.
You won't believe the things it says in their books.
I'm not going to talk about those people.
I've actually watched like
Dude,
I've watched some documentaries
radical
where the boys will like they go out in their teen years and they'll go train and like learn and practice having sex with like non-Jewish girls, but they have no interest in dating them, marrying them, anything like that. That's just their practice until they are ready to settle down.
Right.
Like that shit's wild to me.
Yeah, so I don't personally believe that it matters what you call yourself as long as you're a good human being and you have a personal relationship with God. I feel that way you'll get to heaven. I think humans try to bring things into our understanding. We got to have words for things to understand them, but I think God's much bigger than that. So I no longer subscribe to religion as being what you have to go by. I think you just have to have good morals and values and treat people the way that you want to be treated, the way you want people to treat your children and your loved ones.
Karma.
Here's a non-negative Jewish thing. Have you ever seen the depiction artwork of Earth in the back of a Jewish Bible?
Mm-mm. Oh, that's interesting, huh?
Why would they have that in the back of their Bible if it's not real? We all know they know everything and are in power. You'd have to be retarded to not take note.
I think you guys are awesome, man. I love all the people of all the religions of the world.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm
Like I said, as
I'm
long
not
as
trying to
you're
sound
as long as you're
you
a
know,
good human being, and you do what you're supposed to do to people, I think
100%.
God will let you into the kingdom as long as you have a personal
Stein or
relationship.
Berg, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm talking about not our fellow everyday
Yeah,
out here in
of
town.
course.
I'm talking
Of
about,
course,
you know,
the people that have
the
a
elites,
bad agenda.
the elites, the Illuminati.
Yeah.
The Illuminates.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you guys joining me tonight, man.
Oh, most
On here on the
definitely.
world's dopest podcast, and y'all got to find out why it's the world's dopest podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode. We'll have another special guest on for you. But until then, hey, we're gonna get out of here. Peace.